One of the most popular things said about Kingdom Hearts is about how extremely convoluted its story is, saying how it's difficult to follow and makes absolutely no sense, which, to be completely honest, I'm not 100% against people saying or thinking that. Yet with that being said, it is not as difficult to follow as people like to exaggerate. So what's going on YouTube, I'm Prodigy and welcome to another Kingdom Hearts video. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about the topic of Kingdom Hearts plot being confusing and why I think people think that and what aspects of the story people might often get confused at. So without further ado, let's begin with the video. So let's begin this video by talking about Kingdom Hearts 1. Kingdom Hearts 1's plot was pretty straightforward. Go to World of Worlds, seal the keyholes, find the king, and collect the Ansem reports. Now this is probably the only game where the plot will be as straightforward as that, in my opinion at least. Now everything that happens afterwards is where things really start to get confusing. Kingdom Hearts 1 originally released in 2002. Back then, the internet wasn't used nearly as much as it is now. I feel like after Kingdom Hearts 1, a vast majority of people jumped straight into Kingdom Hearts 2 when it released. They probably had tons of fun with this gameplay, but when it came to its plot, they were kinda lost. Chain of Memories was only released on Game Boy Advance at this time, and a lot of people didn't even know was out. On top of that, most of the Kingdom Hearts games until the eventual release of the HD remixes for PS3 were scattered across a multitude of consoles, which ultimately led to a lot of people missing out on a few of the games. On top of that, at the same time, a lot of people probably didn't know what was canon and what wasn't, since a lot of people still to this day even consider any of the games outside of Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2 side games that were unimportant. Nowadays though, more and more people seem to be understanding the story. This of course is through the help of news sites like KH13 or KH Insider, YouTubers, and etc. Okay, so now let's talk about where the Kingdom Hearts storyline actually got really confusing in my opinion. I'm going to be talking about two games in particular here. This is where even I started to get lost. These two games are Dream Drop Distance and especially Kingdom Hearts Key / Unchained Key. Now of course the story of Key is still going on and being developed as we speak, so I may be a little more lenient when it comes to that, but I am still going to be discussing about it. So let's start off with Dream Drop Distance, which introduced a really important aspect to the story, and that is time travel. Now, it would have been perfectly fine if they explained it way better. The way Dream Drop Distance and Kingdom Hearts Key introduced time travel was very sudden and they didn't explain it well at all. It's like it's just there, but it isn't decently explained how or why. I know Kingdom Hearts is a type of series where they want you to keep asking questions until the end, but honestly, the way time travel was implemented seemed lazy and felt like it was just bad writing in my opinion. Which is why I expect a full explanation of it in Kingdom Hearts 3. Now with Kingdom Hearts Key, I can't really get upset over because the story isn't finished yet, so I don't want to complain about multiple things that can be explained later on. But I will say that putting some of the most important story information in the series in the smartphone game was a mistake in my opinion. Also, on top of that, I feel like Key Back Cover, which was a movie that was part of 2.8 collection, was a missed opportunity. Yes, it was a movie that was supposed to show us the perspective of the foretellers, but even with that, I feel like there were a bunch of scenes missing that should have been in there or explained better, or at least mentioned. Now, what I will say is that that movie gave us lots of insight on the foretellers' personalities and their roles, and if that was Square Enix's goal from the beginning, then alright, I'll go with it. Now, Key Back Cover wasn't a bad movie by any means in my opinion, but like I said, I do feel like it was a missed opportunity by Square Enix to clear up some of the confusion surrounding the world of Key. Because for some reason, Square would rather tell the story through a smartphone game that not everyone is going to play consistently and will just result in more people missing out on the story. So to finally sum up the question that created this video, is Kingdom Hearts story confusing? My answer is for the most part, no. When you look at the story as a whole, it isn't all that confusing aside from the addition of time travel and Key, which I feel both aren't even fully explained yet. Look guys, you gotta realize, Kingdom Hearts isn't the type of series that is going to give you all your answers at once, and I feel like that's something a lot of people want within this community. Their plan in this story is to keep you asking questions until the finale, so that once all your questions are answered, it's just one great big experience, which I don't mind to be honest. which I'm not gonna lie is kind of worrying because they have a lot of questions to answer in Kingdom Hearts 3, and I mean a lot. And I wonder how they'll answer all of those questions successfully, which I personally have my doubts about, but I'm very interested in how they'll do it. Which is why Kingdom Hearts 3 is so exciting, because it's so interesting to think about what's going to happen. Well, anyways guys, I've rambled long enough. Hopefully I got my point across to you in this video. Comment down below some of your opinions on this topic, like, I would absolutely love to hear them. But anyways though guys, if you enjoyed, be sure to like, share, favorite, comment, and subscribe for more. And as always guys, I'm Prodigy, and I will see you guys next time. Peace out.